Last year, Adele became the first singer to break the 1 million record for downloads of her album on iTunes. But she was also the most pirated artist of 2011. In the UK, those who illegally download the odd song, TV show or film are not generally pursued for compensation by the copyright owner. But in Germany, things are very different. With a typical album or film normally costing around £7 or £8 to download legally, going down the illegal and free route of file sharing websites can seem quite tempting. But in Germany, there's an aggressive and threatening group of law firms who will track your IP address and then send you a letter threatening huge fines and court action. Families from Paderborn Garrison who currently have partners away on Op Herrick 15 are among those affected. Several families in 3-5 Engineer Regiment have received letters, and for their unit welfare officer, it's a concern.
With husbands being away, it's just an additional stress that many families don't need. And we have had a number of wives sincerely concerned about these letters. We advocate to our wives and families that, first and foremost, they shouldn't interact with these companies, they shouldn't sign any documentation, and actually we then send them off to Army Legal, who will act on their behalf.
Over the past 2 years, Army legal assistants in Bielefeld have seen a dramatic rise in the problem. And with letters asking for sums of around €900 for loss of copyright and legal fees, they can be quite frightening.
The most important thing is do not panic. These letters are intended to intimidate you. They include copies of judgments in German courts that are meant to make you feel scared and meant to try and intimidate you into paying up the amount that they're after. My advice is do not do that. You should come and see us here at Army Legal Assistance, and we can make sure that any of the documents that you send back to them are properly constructed so that you don't make any admissions of liability, and more importantly we can also then advise you on the best way to ensure that you get the right settlement out of this. There is no need for you to pay anything up front to these people. There is no need for you to return anything until you've come and seen us.
The letters are indiscriminate and so affect German nationals as well as members of BFG, but there are ways to protect yourself.
There have been cases over here in Germany of people sitting in the car outside with a laptop downloading through someone's home hub because they didn't have that protection in place, which makes the owner of that IP address at the home hub potentially liable. You might have downloaded a file perfectly legitimately, a film for example, but then that software makes it available for sharing, which could expose you to liability. Children coming back from schools, for example, may log onto your net at home and they may have that kind of software on their laptop, or may just carry on sharing files the way they do in England. But the situation in Germany is different. If you do it in Germany, you are likely to get caught, and the IP address owner, the mother or father, is the one who's held liable.
So for those thinking of illegally downloading music, films or TV programmes in Germany, don't. Ali Gibson, Forces News, Bielefeld.